Hello guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video where today I'm going to be taking you through how to get rid of anxiety and get rid of that control and actually start to just go with the flow. And if you know what I'm talking about, if you have anxiety, where every event you have to control it because you're trying to control the situation so that you don't feel any anxiety or panic. I'm talking about the events like when you're going out with your friends and family for days out and you have to plan it so that you can make sure that you go to your safe places and that you're not put in a situation that triggers your anxiety. Or the situations where you literally Google Map and satellite view, street view, everything before you go because you want to make sure that you are in control. Or even the events where you're at work and you're controlling situations to avoid the anxiety triggers. Whether it's avoiding meetings or trying to get out of them, you're currently trying to control everything to avoid yourself getting anxious because you have a fear of that anxiety. Essentially, you have a fear of fear because anxiety is fear. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you the tools to eradicate that fear and stop that anxiety taking over so that you don't feel like you have to control everything and you can just relax and let go. I know it seems impossible right now, but trust me, it can happen. I used to control everything. Honestly, I wouldn't be going anywhere unless I had control. And if I didn't have control, I'd be making up excuses to not go. Disclaimer, I will just say that what I'm talking about in today's video is not a quick fix solution. If you know me and you know what I do, it is not quick fix. You've done all the quick fix solutions. You've done all the short-term solutions where it's the breathing techniques, it's the rescue remedy, it's the meditations, it's the exercise, all these things that help you to manage your anxiety. This is not another one of them. This is actually something that's going to change your life forever because you're not just going to be managing anxiety. We want to reprogram the anxiety. That way, we're not actually scared of it anymore. We take back the power. So how do we solve it? Currently, you need control in order to keep yourself away from the anxiety triggers. And why do you want to keep yourself away from those things that make you anxious? Because anxiety is scary, it feels uncomfortable, and some of you might even be experiencing physical panic attacks as well, where you get the sweaty palms, your heart starts racing, and it's just a really uncomfortable and scary feeling to have. So you control the situation in order to not feel that. But by running away from anxiety, you're literally enforcing the fear. The more you control your situation to avoid that fear and that anxiety, the more it's going to feel fearful. But for a second, I want to change this up. I want you to think for a second, what and why is that anxiety there? Why is it there? What has this fear come from? So I want you to ask yourself, what situations does this anxiety come up in? And what do I need in those moments where anxiety turns up? And it could be that you need to get out of the situation. It might be that you need some peace. It might be that you are in a busy place and you want to get out of that busy place. What do you need in that moment that anxiety turns up? Then I want you to ask yourself, what do you believe about yourself in this moment? When you are anxious, what do you believe about yourself? Or what do you believe is going to happen? If it's fear of being trapped in a situation, is it that you feel like you are never going to be able to get out? Or if it's busy places, do you feel like everyone's looking at you? They are just some examples. I want you to really think about what the fear is, why the anxiety turns up, and what you believe about yourself and what is going to happen in that situation. And when you get to the root cause, what you believe about yourself in that moment, that is what is running the show. Then I want you to ask yourself, what do I know to be true? What is it that you believe? And then what do you know to be true? And then ask yourself, how can I now support myself in that moment? You have just figured out what the limiting belief is that is running your anxiety. Instead of just avoiding it and trying to control everything to not go into this anxiety, how can you support yourself in that moment? What can you say to yourself that is actually going to change that belief in that moment? If it's busy places and you're scared of judgment, you feel like everyone's looking at you and you're scared to be seen, what do you know to be true? It could be something like, I know no one's looking at me. I know that I am confident enough to walk through this. Tell yourself that. Change the narrative in that story. This is how you're actually going to be able to remove anxiety and not keep controlling it in your life and it always being there. When we do this type of work, we actually start to see huge changes. Step number 1, think about your most recent anxious moment and ask yourself, what do you believe in that moment and where is that fear coming from? Find the belief behind the anxiety that's currently running the show, and then ask yourself, what do you know to be true? What do you actually know to be true? Like logically, when you're not in that anxious moment, what do you know to be true? Then ask yourself, how can you support yourself in that moment? What do you need to say to yourself and what do you need to do in that moment? We fear anxiety because it is scary, because it is fearful. So we spend our lives actually running away from anxiety and trying to avoid it as much as possible. And it actually leads up to a habit of fear of fear. And you've probably heard that before. We're scared of the anxiety, so we avoid it at all costs. But imagine if you could feel anxiety and actually be able to move through it. And when I say move through it, I'm talking we actually get rid of it. So we feel it and we move through it. Because when you take away the power of anxiety, everything changes. You actually start to realize that it doesn't need to control you anymore and that you can change that feeling in a second. Now, I've actually created a visualization that takes you through how to do this so that you can bring back the power. If you want the visualization, it's called Processing Emotions, and it means we can actually move through anxiety quickly. And once you learn this skill, it is set for life. Like, honestly, it will change how you view anxiety. I've put a link below in the bottom of this video, and if you want to go on it, you can click on it, download the visualization. This was honestly a game changer in my own anxiety journey. When I realized that I had the control and I had the power to change that anxiety as soon as it came up, it honestly no longer controlled me and I no longer felt scared of anxiety. If you want access, click the link below and go and check it out, and I'd love to know how you find it. I'll see you in the next video.